And what a way to do it! Come out here and beat two greats like this? That makes a statement, Mike. Oh, man! What impact that time by Punk!
Hey guys, hello Jeff here for another video. Today I'll be looking at the pre-WWE career of CM Punk. It was requested by Mattloveswweandtna, and I was thinking about doing it anyway. Oh, cheers for the plug, man, anyway, it really helps. Alright, so let's just get to it straight away. I'm only going to do the pre-WWE career, and maybe just the intro to his WWE career, because to me it's just far more interesting than the actual WWE career itself. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's had an absolute pretty good run in WWE, but before that I thought he was so much better as well. So I'm just going to do the pre-WWE career, okay? Alright then, alright, he was born Philip Jack Brooks, and he was born on October the 26th, 1978. And as many of us know him, he was called CM Punk. And the funny story is, he actually started off in backyard wrestling, under one of their federations called Lunatic Wrestling, the Lunatic Wrestling Federation. And he just joined there because his friends like egged him on and stuff like that. And he joined with his brother as well, called Mike Brooks, and he's a professional wrestler as well. But yeah, so he was there, and it was there when he discovered his like ambition and his, you know, genuine love for the wrestling community and the wrestling world. And he wanted to improve his ring skills, obviously, because backyard wrestling was basically, you know, anyone can join that. So that was really what inspired him to become a wrestler. And also as well, when he was a young boy, he watched the wrestling for the first time, and he was at the Roddy Piper's pit with Jimmy Snuka, and when Roddy Piper cracked the coconut over Jimmy Snuka's head, it really inspired him. He said, "That's it. I really want to be in that business over there." So, you know, that's how he, you know, with determination and stuff like that, he's finally made it big time in the WWE. Alright, so this is how he made it to mainstream success in WWE. So after he was at the Lunatic Federation, you know, for the backyard wrestling, he wanted to pursue his career even more. So he joined his local wrestling training camp called Total Dominion, and it was there where he met Colt Cabana, and he became very, very close friends with Colt Cabana. Obviously, Colt Cabana's from Ring of Honor, if anyone knows. And yeah, so he went there and he was trained by Ace Steel, and that's basically where it started off. You know, he trained really, really high, and he graduated there, and eventually started wrestling quite a lot of independent shows in the Mid-South. And he started his first like major role in an alliance called the Gold Bond Mafia. You know, he was only on the independent circuit, so he wasn't very well known, but he was just doing it more or less for, you know, experience than anything. And while he was on that circuit as well, he met people like AJ Styles and stuff like that, and he even beat Eddie Guerrero for the championship as well. So that's a pretty good accomplishment for a wrestler that's just starting out in the independent circuit in the Mid-South. And yeah, he had a great, you know, run there as well. And he even had one of the longest TLC matches in the world as well. It was a 93-minute match, and it was a 2 out of 3 falls match. And you know, he had a really good run there, to be honest. You know, just for a guy who's just starting off, you know, beating AJ Styles, beating Colt Cabana, and beating Eddie Guerrero for even a championship, that's pretty good, you know, accomplishments. So, you know, in such a young career and stuff like that. But then in 2003, he had a bit of a rough time on the circuit because he refused to wrestle on there anymore. And you know, there's no actual real evidence to find out why he actually stopped, you know, wrestling. But CM Punk says that he refused to wrestle because he claims that this was in a protest to Ian Rotten's like treatment of his friend Chris Hero. But you know, Chris Hero says that he thinks that, you know, CM Punk was making that up for other reasons, just to cover up his story, because he was treated fine in his opinion. So, you know, he stopped wrestling for a period of a year, but then he returned again, and he returned in 2005, and he stayed there. No, sorry, 2004. Sorry, and he stayed there until 2005 as a commentator and as a wrestler until he was signed for a developmental sorry about that, contract with World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE. But even before he was signed with the WWE, he had runs in Ring of Honor and in TNA as well, when it was under the name of NWA TNA. Yeah, and basically he was versing the same sort of people, AJ Styles and stuff like that, and Samoa Joe. But this was really giving him experience of the wrestling world and how it was. And he was actually hired as the head trainer for the Ring of Honor training school as well. So, that's pretty good as well, isn't it? And basically, he just gained experience from TNA and Ring of Honor. We had great feuds with Raven and Ring of Honor as well. And then in TNA, he went over to Raven, and then they spoke to Jeff Jarrett, and they said about doing something to do with an alliance. So yeah, in TNA he was only there for a bit, but when he was there, he was in an alliance with Raven and with Julio De Niro, and they called the alliance the Gathering, and it was like a gothic gathering thing and stuff like that. And yeah, that's basically it as well. Oh yeah, but though in a TNA show on February the 25th, 2004, Punk got in a bit of a like an argument with Teddy Hart outside a restaurant, and actually Sabu had to step in and split it up because they were fighting really, really bad. And yep, that's basically his background before WWE. But I just want to say this: he created so many innovative moves and stuff like that you don't get to see in the WWE, simply because they won't be allowed on TV. I mean, he had a move called the Pepsi Plunge, which is basically a pedigree off the top rope, which was on the video, before this, and the video's there. And then he had a move called the Pepsi Twist, which was like a clothesline into an STO, which was a really, really mint move. And then he had the deadlock DDT, which was basically, they held up the opponent's arm and he wraps his leg round, he wraps his legs around the opponent's legs, and basically his head was just exploded, and the head would snap right back into the mat. And he found that out when he did a brief wrestling training in Japan. He created those moves. He was only there for a couple of months, so it's not really worth mentioning. But yeah, I just wanted to say that that's his pre-WWE career, because not a lot of people are interested, to be honest, or even hear about what CM Punk did before his WWE career. But this guy, he's an awesome wrestler, one of my favourite wrestlers as well. And the good thing about him as well is he can do a really good face gimmick, but he can also do a really, really good heel one as well. But just referring to a video that Gold Dizzy said a couple of months ago, he said that it's a bit weird that the WWE, being PG-4 and stuff like that, are actually using a heel gimmick and the straight edge gimmick to create a bad reaction. You'd think that if they're appealing to the younger audience, they wouldn't want promoting alcohol and promoting stuff like that. That's what they're actually doing, aren't they, when they have CM Punk come out and be booed, and because he's basically saying it's better not to drink and stuff like that. So I just wanted to give that refer over to Gold Dizzy as well. Awesome guy, check him out as well. And yeah, just another big thanks to Mattloves WWE and TNA for the shout out. It's really helped me as well. Thanks to everyone who's subscribed, and I'll keep doing videos as well. So chill out, have a good night, and I'll speak to you later.